Oh, we all thought he was suspicious at the beginning. I remember thinking this guy's a hacker. Not in any sense of like, oh, I knew from the start. But I remember when he first came into my stream and he was like, I jumped from this to this to this. I remember I was like, really? But like everyone looked. Everyone looked. It's just we couldn't find it at that time. I'm just gonna wait a bit. Hope you guys are doing good today. Let's have a good night last night. I didn't sleep until like 3 a.m. and I don't stay up that late anymore, but it was like, how do you go to sleep when that's happening? How? Like that way, it was just so much going on. It was crazy. Dakota, you have to end it. It's time to get up. This is gonna be pretty brutal, probably kind of mean-spirited, but it's gonna be how it's gonna be, because this is my opinion and it's gonna happen. I don't know how much longer I should wait. I should probably give it like 2 more minutes or something. Yes, I've seen it spell longer. We'll talk about that too. I'm doing good. I'm not like personally affected. Like I am, like it's not like I'm doggy or crisis or anything. I know. I mean, I can't stream for that long today anyway. Just busy, but you know. Cyclic for new gens. Were you around? How much were you around when Cyclic did that? Yeah, I should. I'm just wait. Hold on. You know, if you get me mad too early, then there's no going back. Yeah. Oh, it matters. It matters so much. I will share what I think about it. In my opinion. His real artist is just Kinos, yeah, apparently, according to him. I'm better, GG, you know. If you think it doesn't matter, allow me, can you, all I ask is that if you think it doesn't matter, can you just keep an open mind to what I have to say? That's all I ask. Just listen to what I have to say from my perspective. That's all I can do. I would really appreciate if you guys listen to what I have to say. Alright, I think enough time has passed. Here we go. There's no going back from this point. So if you don't already know, Space basically hacked everything. From the golden to every other achievement, major achievement he's done. He supposedly did Kinos, but everything else was hacked, and it was not a super complicated method. And I think the way he got away with it wasn't actually as much because of the method he was using to hack. I think it was actually rather the fact that he was just such a natural and convincing liar. Like, no one really suspected him as doing anything that, like, looked unlegit, you know what I mean? Like, he was really good at the social engineering aspect of it all. And I think that's really important, and I want to get into that later. So, first of all, I should point out that he was forced to confess. It was not something that he did willingly. He's been doing this for 3 years. And I should also point out that he is a 19-year-old adult. So he was not, and so that's a long period to mature, and still, he never confessed during any of that time. And now, we're at a point where we look at the top of the list and a lot of the things that have happened, and you can say, oh, but, you know, yeah, he hacked, but it pushed everyone forward. It was not a victimless event. There were people that were hurt by it. Don't tell me it was a victimless event. Let me tell you why it matters. There are players that I've seen personally that are beating themselves up players who quit the game, players who did that sort of stuff because they weren't as good as someone who wasn't even legit in the first place. And you could say, oh, well, you know, people shouldn't compare themselves like that. Maybe they shouldn't, but you can't control how they think. You know what I mean? It's what happened. There's players like Crisis who cared a lot. He cared a lot. I don't know how much Doggy cared, but he was affected by it too. As someone who's been in the playing community for a long time, I mean, come on. When I beat Bloodbath, it was 10 on the list. I've been around for a while, and I'm not as good compared to everyone anymore, but when I verified Deimos, if it was rated and Zodiac wasn't hacked, it would have been the hardest demon in the game. So I know, I understand. Don't act like I don't understand, like it doesn't matter to me, like I haven't been here. And it matters a lot, and even with something like Zodiac, like, yeah, Xander messed up there, but he had the decency to admit it. It weighed on his mind. It did not weigh on Space's mind at all. 3 years. He can say whatever he wants, but 3 years without one mental, like, oh, this is bad, I should probably do. 3 years. That's why I think his entire apology is just BS, honestly. I think his entire apology is just meaningless. Even when a few of his records were shown to be illegitimate, he immediately said, but that's all I hacked nothing else. If it weighed on his mind, at that point, he would have admitted it. Because he would have even known that it eventually would have all been caught, right? You would think they wouldn't have looked into anything else? I don't care about his dumbass apology. I think he's legitimately some sort of psychopath. Like, I don't think, like, because to me and everyone else, he was so nice. And I really, like, you know, I hung out with him and enjoyed his company. But he never showed a single sign of guilt. And not only that, but, like, he would go into comment sections and be like, or, like, replies and stuff like that. And when people were, like, calling him good, and he'd be like, no, I'm not that good. Which is funny because he's playing it like he had some sort of, he's playing it like he had some sort of self-esteem issue. But really, he was just trying to get the attention from it. And that pisses me off because it was all about attention from the very start. Right there. Kelvin, I know he's your friend, but I just don't, this is my perspective from it. I don't believe he's guilty. I can't believe a single word he says because he socially manipulated us for 3 years. I'm not just gonna now be like, oh yeah, he's guilty. That's how I look at it. And is that cruel? Yes, it's absolutely cruel. But I have there's no other way I can see it. I have to look at what's happened previously. That is what I see. It's ridiculous. It's not victimless. There are people that were hurt by it. There's people that got their actual, like, all their hard work, everything they worked for, just for someone to be better than them that wasn't even better than them in the first place. It's selfish. Everyone knows it's selfish, and he was never gonna confess. And you could say, like, oh, he's paying back the money. He would never have paid back the money unless, like, he was caught. Why would he? Why would he ever do that? He was never going to pay back the money. And even if he does pay back the money, it doesn't change what happened. It doesn't change. There's a lot of players who were going to get that money that would have been motivated a lot more by it back in the day instead of now. Like, yeah, you can't, like, it's not like it's some, oh, it's all fixed now. And you could say, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just some guy hacking. How does it affect you? This community matters to me, man. I'm not like, yeah, it doesn't pay back, yeah, the subs and everything and all the attention he got, and he can't, but, like, this matters to me, man. I'm not that easy to piss off, honestly. Like, even though it looks like it, a lot of the times I get mad at surface level stuff. And I'm just, you know, it's just, you know, everyday stuff. But there's just a few things I care deeply about. And I don't care if other people think those things are lame, because they're not me. I know me. I know what I care about. And if you're going to come in here and disrespect one of the things I care about, and you're going to come in here and treat it as a joke to boost your own ego, I think you suck. That's what I think. It is unbelievable to me. And I'm not going to sit here and listen to people be like, oh, it doesn't matter, you're such a loser for things. I don't care! You mess with something I respect, I'm not going to be happy about it, okay? I don't care if it looks like I'm a loser. I am not listening to the words you say because it matters to me, and I don't care if it matters to you! Okay. I'm done. Sorry. It had to come out of me. And now we're done. Now we are done. D-O-N-E. Talking about it anymore. No more talking about it. We're going to play Edge of Destiny. It had to get out of my system. It had to get out of my system.